Welcome back to the WTF podcast. I'm your host, and I got a special guest, Mauri. I won't even do the introduction. I'll let him introduce himself. But he is a artist out here in Idaho. He's been making crazy moves recently. He has been going absolutely berserk. Recently, we kind of filmed something for him, and it kind of gave me a new reckoning of what kind of artists are out here in Idaho. I've been doing all these artist interviews and I enjoy them, but some shit happened recently in my life, kind of upset me, and we'll just get a little moment of silence for Bradley Aaron Cook. It's my uncle. This podcast is dedicated to him. Moving on. But welcome, bro.
Welcome. Hey, thanks for having me on, bro. Like he said, it's Money Mauri, you know what I'm saying? Can't miss it.
You can't. So, the intro really is like, where are you from? What kind of inspired you to start music, you know what I mean? And just how was growing up, and how was getting, from whatever hardship you took, and then to now, you know what I'm saying? Because in my opinion, I think you're a dope ass artist, bro. I feel like you have a unique sound, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't like that necessarily. A lot of people have like dogmas, if you will. Like they just don't like that niche kind of music where it's like a unique sound, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. There's that, and then I'm just kind of get into it, you know what I'm saying? Like your origin story.
So I grew up in Marcine, Idaho. It's very like outskirts of everything, bro. There's nothing there. Grew up with in a Mexican family, bro. You know how it be, poverty and shit. Parents always working.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So at a young age, I learned that money is very important, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And since a young age, I've been working, bro, you know?
Right.
Gone through a lot of shit. And I'd say around like 16 or so, 15, 16.
Yeah.
Is when I got into making music, bro. Just because at the time I was going through a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? And one of me and my homies just had the same interest in music, and we tell each other, bro, they're literally just, it's easy to make, you know?
Yeah.
You just write something down,
Right.
spit it on the beat.
Yeah, dude, for real.
And so me and him, we started together, and he still raps, but not a lot, bro. But what's it called? That's how I started rapping, bro.
Oh, and what age did you start like making music, you'd say?
I'd say around the same time, like 16, bro.
Okay,
I dropped
cool.
my first song on SoundCloud.
Nice.
It was trash.
Yeah.
Man, not gonna lie, bro. I was bad back then.
Right.
But like anything else, consistency perfects your form or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. And so in the beginning, it was hard. Well, it wasn't hard, bro. I just didn't have my voice, my style, you know?
Yeah.
So when I first started rapping and shit, I feel like nobody really cared to listen or anything like that. Almost made fun of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that was probably challenging at the time to get through, just because, no matter what people say, sometimes it's going to get to you.
Oh, dude. Opinions. Everyone says opinions are like assholes and they all stink. But bro, opinions matter because it's like, oh shit, my bad. When you have criticisms, especially from like people you respect, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like, dang, like, nah, they're wrong because this is what I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm independent. Because I'm the same way, bro. I started working at 14, my nigga. Like I was a dishwasher for like 3 years, bro.
Simone.
So I understand like where that work ethic comes from, So yeah, bro. Like that's just how it is. Like my dad's always been telling me, if you're not hated, like if your like craft and your artistry isn't hated, then you're not doing it right, because it's like you're trying to like placate to everyone, like everyone else's like liking, you know what I'm saying?
Simone.
And in my opinion, like that's, you can do whatever you want, but bro, like I don't think like because for me, I'm trying to make it like my own way. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's probably like the way it is for you. So it's like I fuck with the niche sound. I fuck with like the unique style. You know what I'm saying?
Simone.
And that's why I think it's weird that people just hate a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, when I was first starting, sometimes I would take it that way, but then I started to learn, you know what, it's just because there is some spots you need to perfect. And I started taking criticism in a good way, in a more,
Okay.
because growing up, bro, I used to be such a negative thinker, you know what I'm saying? And around that time, I had to just flip it all, bro, because ain't shit going right for me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was down bad, bro, just depressed and not gonna lie, you know?
Yeah. Of course, bro. I've been there.
Yeah, so I had to just flip that all around and turn my negativity into positivity, and that's what I did, bro. I started tweaking my work, and well, shit, now we're here where we're at right now, you know?
Que pasó? No, that's what's up, bro. Fucking hell. Dude, that's awesome. That's a clip right there, bro. I really do. I really do. And I tell this to most artists I have on. Like, I think people sticking with their craft is the right way, and not placating to people's needs, bro. Because at the end of the day, like you have what you have to do, and like like in your fans, because a lot of people do have a cult based fan base, you know what I'm saying, like who are gonna listen to you no matter what,
Yeah.
and then you that's what you build. I think like as like starting as an artist, you build up that fan base is gonna like you no matter what. So with that being said, freaking I don't even know where I was going with this. Hold up. With building like that cult base fan base, it's you kind of have to. It's almost like a job, right? You know what I mean? Would you say like making music and like doing this and like doing things like that it takes like a lot of your time, I'd say, right?
Oh, most definitely, bro. It's time consuming, everything, it consumes everything. It's gonna take money, it's gonna take time, it's gonna take blood, sweat, and tears to make it out, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I think about that all the time, bro. Literally, when I tell my girl, before I came here, I told her, hey, I'm going to work, because that's how I see it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my job, When I go to the
100%.
stew, I'm going to my job, So to me, it's fun and all, bro, but I'm trying to make this my career, you know what I'm saying? So when I go to the stew, I put in my blood, sweat, and tears in there, in my lyrics, the songs, all that, because it's me, and I'm trying to make me the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for real. And I always talk about it, and it always comes up with Russ. You know Russ, right?
Yeah.
Russ is freaking. He's one of my favorite artists, and he's always like, stay independent. Why are you gonna go to like another place to like let's just stay independent and then build up your career, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and that I think being independent is important, bro. And for artists for artists it's harder to be independent, you know what I mean? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, independent as in like having a manager and shit like that.
Well, independent as in like being signed, and at the end of the day, that's business. I'm not gonna get into anyone else's business, but I read Russ's book, and it's really good. Have you read Russ's book?
Mm-mm.
Dude, you should read it. It's freaking fire. I think he has 2, but anyways, Russ's book is really good, bro, and it taught me a whole bunch of stuff, bro. And that's something you should read. But I'm gonna bring up the questions. I haven't even brought them up.
Oh, I bet.
So you grew up in Marsing. Marsing is freaking pretty rural.
Yeah. I grew up 7 miles away from the gas station in Marsing,
really?
so I grew up out, you know what I'm saying?
I kind of grew up in like New Plymouth, in like the New Plymouth and Nampa area, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Growing up in a small town. So, how do you think growing up in a smaller town affects you as if like you'd grown up in a bigger one, you know what I mean?
Oh, bro, it affects you so much. I think about that all the time, dog. In my school, in my grade, there was probably like 80 to 100 students.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, and that's how like every grade is, bro. So it's like small as hell, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I noticed whenever I came out to Caldwell, bro, and I started expanding my shit, you know what I'm saying, going to parties and shit, just being out there.
Yeah.
That it grew so much more, bro. Because I think the population in Marsing as of right now, and it's popping right now to me,
yeah,
is like 2,000 people.
Wow.
And that's a lot of people to me, bro. Because when
Wow.
I grew up, there was nothing. You
Wow.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude, and that's interesting because that's a big topic for this podcast. Idaho's been growing a lot, bro.
Yeah.
And what people don't realize is that it's not just Boise; it's the whole state. Like everyone is coming to, a lot of people are coming to Idaho, like to either retire, or to just to be here because it's cool. You know, we have 4 seasons. A lot of people don't really have that. And and just recently, just fucking yeah, that's just how it is. A lot of people haven't moved into Idaho, so there's been a lot of construction, making sure it's big
Yeah.
and it's built for the boom because Boise is a boom town, bro, and it's freaking exciting, But it's scary. It's scary too because everyone who is Idahoan, knows that like, bro, this is no freaking California. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know I'm sure you hear a lot of Idahoans being like, all these Californians are coming over and fucking up the state with their legislation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you really care, but anyways, moving on. I think it's cool that Idaho is growing, and I'm excited for the future. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, no, me too, bro. Brings more opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Since it's been growing, we've been getting more eyes on us, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're counted out, bro. We really are, you know?
Right.
Everyone just believes Idaho ain't what it is, you know? And, I mean, I see why, bro, but we'll be on the map soon.
Oh, bro, yeah. I'm always thinking, we're the next generation, you know what I'm saying? So,
no, for sure.
We kind of have to pave a way for the next the generation that's coming up now, Didn't you say you had kids?
Yeah, bro, I got 2 kids. One of them is my stepson. He's 7. And the other one's my blood son, and he's 2.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dang. Well,
I'm 22, by the way.
All right, cool. There we go. Well, yeah, I remember you mentioned it. I was like, this fool has kids. Like, dang, now I know you have 2, so I know you're busy. You know what I'm saying?
My dad life comes. Being a dad comes before anything. You know what I'm saying? Is the way I look at it.
Yeah, bro. I agree. I don't have kids yet, so but it's a big topic for this podcast, and that's awesome. I'm happy that people are having kids because there's a stigma right now that people don't want to have children, and it's like. It's stupid, bro. It's honestly the millennials, but at the end of the day, bro, we're gonna freaking keep on trucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. It's a blessing, and it's definitely changed my life for the better.
Right. So kind of get into that experience, like becoming a father. You know what I mean? Like, how was it like being like, oh shit, like now I have to. It's not taking care of like a cat or a dog. It's like it's a whole ass soul, you know what I mean? Like it's like it's a being, you know what I mean? So it's like how like get into that aspect of becoming like a dad,
Yeah, damn, bro, I'm not gonna lie, when you first find out, it's like, damn.
Yeah.
But not necessarily in a bad way, not
Right.
necessarily in a good way. It's just your life gonna change, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say like the first day I found out, I was questioning it, bro. Like damn, my life gonna change. But after that, bro, I was all in for it.
Right.
Cause bro, it's a blessing. Your life literally changes, bro. Before I was a dad, bro, I was out here in the streets. I was out here doing dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
Just
bro.
running with the crowd,
Yeah.
with the gang.
Yes.
And
I feel you.
whenever I had my son, bro, I knew shit had to change, bro. I locked in. You know what I'm saying? Stop going out so much. If I'm going out, bro, it's because I'm either performing at a show or I'm gonna get money in one way,
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how it is now, bro. Because I'd rather spend my time with my kids than be out drinking or be out having fun. When in reality, you're not getting anywhere closer to your goals, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And I didn't see that until, bro, I had my son. G shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For real. And it always goes down to like slow progress is better than no progress.
Nah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how that's what I got from that, and that's awesome that because a lot of people would just be like fuck all, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's crazy to me, but it's all good.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I have an EP. My first EP I ever made, bro. It's called Mo Money, and then there's the bigger or less sign. It's pointed to the Mo Money, and then the other side says Mo Problems.
Oh right.
And during this time, bro, my name was Mauri 13 because it's some street shit.
Right.
But then I told myself, all right, bro, what do you want more? Do you really want this life, or you want money more? And I told myself, nigga, I want all the money I can get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I
bro.
changed my name from Mauri 13 to Money Mauri because from that day I destined, bro. All I want is a bag. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
And so I changed my name and kind of changed my lyrics up too, bro. I'm not so much into the street stuff no more. Honestly,
Right.
I'm just talking about business, money, you know?
Hell yeah.
And because that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to be. You know,
For real.
When I pass away, dog, I want people to be like, hey, that was that money kid. Hey, that or, you know, even if people leave the show, hey, you remember that one kid talking about money?
Yeah.
That's how I want people to remember me.
Bro,
you know
literally,
what I'm
that's, bro, like your voice, like the money, like, bro, that's just so iconic, bro. Like the money Madi, like that shit's just, that's just, to me, this is dope because it's just that original, you know, that original sound, bro.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's almost like a tag, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's freaking fire, bro. I couldn't stop watching that mic drop video. It just turned out amazing. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for your future.
Appreciate it, bro. Me too.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
For real. It's gonna be legit, bro. So switch it up a little bit. Like, what kind of music did you listen to growing up? You know, was it just more like the traditional kind of music? Was it more like Hispanic kind of music? You know, what kind of inspired your sound? Like, who kind of inspired your sound?
Growing up, bro, I listened to a lot of Mexican music, but it was pretty much just because, you know, when your parents are playing something, that's all you can listen to.
Of course.
But as soon as I got my first CD player and shit like that, I was probably listening to like NWA and shit like that.
Oh,
but
okay.
because
Fire.
I used to play Xbox San Andreas,
Yeah.
it had all that shit on there, you know what I'm saying? Shit
Bro,
was
that's
bumping
fire.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But like I'd say in middle school and shit, I would really listen to like Tyler the Creator,
Cool.
Flatbush Zombies,
Yes.
Mac Miller heavy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Flatbush
so I
Zombies
feel
fire.
like I get a lot of inspiration from them because, bro, growing up, Tyler the Creator with his Odd Future shit, he didn't give zero damns about what people thought about him, you know?
Yeah.
And that inspired me to be me, you know? Care less about what others think.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Uh-huh.
And Mac Miller is a solid nigga, bro, and he
Yeah.
was always spitting about pain, about this, you know? And I respect that, bro. I respect a guy who can talk about that shit, you know? And not feel some type of way about it. Like in my lyrics, bro, I be talking about pain, be talking about the shit I'm going through,
Right.
whether it's positive or negative.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I like it, bro. Because people want to hear the real shit. They don't want to, you know, you're not always happy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. How can you be when like random shit happens? You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Life is
ups
gonna
and
keep going.
downs. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's always that like balance. You know. So that's what I've been kind of learning recently. You know what I'm saying? So life is gonna keep life in.
Yeah, for sure. No, I've learned that too, bro. Sometimes it's almost like you got to be a little cold-hearted towards things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not let shit push you down.
Right. Like, give an example. Like, what do you mean?
Shit, I ain't got no examples off the tip of my tongue right now. You know? But
yeah. No, I feel you. But yeah, I feel you because like recently I've been having to like almost cut people off. You know what I mean? And you know, it's hard because I want to have a whole bunch of friends, bro. I want to be the guy that's like cool with everybody, right?
Yeah.
But now, like realizing that doesn't really matter, bro. It's about honestly, like, I got 2 businesses too. Like I'm trying to build up. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, bro, everything right now is about like business. Like just like how you were saying before, bro. Like if it's not really about money, like yeah, we can go out and kick it, but bro, I'm not trying to go out, bro. I have to edit. I gotta write. I gotta fucking drive. I gotta be places. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's just kind of like the reality of the situation. I'm sure you freaking get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you know, bro. I know you know. So it's like that's just how kind of life has been for me recently. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's my thought. But being cold-hearted, I guess to me would be like, for example, like people getting upset at you for your opinion. So like let's just say something happened, bro, and someone gets upset, but in your mind you're like nah, that you shouldn't be upset by that, right? So at that point I'd cut him off because I'm like, bro, like listen to me, bro. Like logically, you know what I'm saying? Like logically speaking, like you're not making sense right now, bro, and I would rather not talk about it. So now you're blowing on my phone trying to speak. Like, nah, bro. Like, nah, I'm good because it's like now I'm gonna go work on my go edit and work, and let you think about it because it's like like, bro, like what I'm saying, I might be wrong. Like, and I will accept that. Like, criticism, I'm sure like criticism is important, especially when you're an artist, because
Yeah.
you always want to get better. But that's how I'd say like being cold hearted would be. Like, he's like, and you're not necessarily cutting them off like completely. You're just saying like, I'm not trying to talk to you right now, bro. I'm busy. Like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess that's kind of my example of being like a little cold hearted towards the mission.
Yeah, no, that makes sense too, bro. It's basically just standing on your business, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you cold heartedly believe something, bro, you better stand on it.
For
You
real.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 100%. 100p. So at what age did you move from Marsing to Caldwell? Because I feel like that, like you talked about it a little bit recently. How was that like going from like a little tiny baby town to like Caldwell?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then how has it been? And then also like at what age did you move?
I didn't really move like as in my family moved, bro.
Right.
But around 16, I dropped out of school.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
bro.
Okay.
And I just
Okay.
went and hit, the
Yeah.
streets and shit, bro. So since 16, I was out in Caldwell, staying at other people's pads, Sometimes fucking couch surfing, it is what it is,
Dude.
That's just how shit was at the moment. But at the time, I was young and not giving a fuck. You know what I'm saying? To me, it was like, Nate, I'm at my homie's house. You know what I'm saying? You don't think about it like that type shit, bro.
Dude, no, for real though. Dude, not dead ass, my nigga. Dude, I feel you, bro.
Yeah,
Anyways,
but
sorry.
it was definitely a change that I like, bro, because I like city life, bro. I do. I like living in the city, bro.
Yeah.
And I just like having everything close to me, bro. Like I said, growing up, closest gas station 7 miles. Closest gas station down the road now is lit,
Yeah, bro. And it's just like right around the corner, and like you go in there.
Yeah.
And those people type shit. And it's weird too, because it's like in a smaller town, everyone knows you. Like regardless of like who you really are necessarily. Like it doesn't really matter. But that's just, I don't know. I guess the small town versus the bigger town is always funny to me. Because I don't think it matters, but it's definitely different. You'd say, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Have you traveled like a lot recently? Have you been to other places, like rather than just here?
I went to Florida, bro.
Nice.
I used to travel as a kid with my parents, bro, but they would take us to like business shit, and it'd be like Washington, Oregon, like right outside the state. You know what I'm saying? And all we do is stay in a hotel because my parents are out in business.
Yeah.
Just eating maruchas in the hotel the whole time, bro, for like 3 days straight. But what's it called? But when I grew up and got with my girl, bro, so just like 2 years ago, I think, or a year ago, I finally got on my first plane ride. Went to Florida. Shit was lit, bro. There's definitely when I was out there, bro, it's different because when you're out here, you're used to the lifestyle out here. You're used to living like how you live, bro. When I'm out here, you can almost call it paranoid. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, yeah, I feel
looking over my shoulder, and that's just how I am, though. I'm alert. Even when I was in Florida, I was alert, but you can almost feel like some weight taken off your shoulders, bro, because literally nobody's gonna know you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
And you just bigger stores, better restaurants. I never been to the beach, bro. Funny story. I was standing in the beach, bro, like in the water, right? And my girl's like, "How do you like the beach?" I'm like, "This shit is fire. I just can't wait to see the ocean." And she's like, "Bro, you're standing in it." I was like, I didn't know the ocean and the beach were the same thing. I thought they were two different body of waters, bro.
Yeah, bro.
But that shit's lit, bro. It's eye-opening. I definitely want to do hella shit, throughout my life, bro. Travel a lot more.
Dude,
definitely.
No, that's freaking awesome. That's an awesome story, bro. That's kind of heavy. What other cities would you go to if you like enjoy the city life? Like what kind of cities have you been like looking at? Like what kind of ones like pop up like first in your mind?
I for sure want to go to New York. I love pizza, bro. People say you gotta go try pizza there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
California. I went to California once as a kid, bro. But like I said, we were just in a hotel. I might have hit the mall, but what's it called?
Oh shit.
I wanna go to Cali for sure, bro. Maybe get a house out there sometime in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just cause, like I said, bro, I love the city vibe and weed's legal over there, bro.
Dude, Cali's fun. Cali's so fun. Cali's the best, but dude, I will say, cause I've been to New York a little bit. I went out there a couple years ago, but the pizza, bro, is like nothing you've ever tasted before, bro.
Phew.
And dude, and like you can get a pie like almost half the size of this table, bro, and it's so casual. Like people are just
Damn.
like, oh yeah, it's
It's
just
normal
a
size?
mozzarella, you know.
God damn.
And it's just like holy crap. And then that's just the New York style pizza, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude, I'd say if you want to go to New York, bro, you can go to New York, bro. Like New York is so fun. There's endless things to do, bro. That's what I always say when I talk about New York. Like I stayed there for 6 days, and I said I wanted to do everything, bro. But I'd probably
There's too much.
dude. I'd probably need to stay there for like a year to do everything. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's just how New York is. Like that. Yeah,
Damn.
that's just how New York is. It's just huge, bro.
That's
It's
lit, bro.
huge.
And it's a big business place. You know, you can
Yeah.
definitely network. Hella
Mm.
good there for sure.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. 100%. 100%. And I will say, been to in Cali, I've been Anaheim, like Oakland, because my dad's from Oakland. You know, that kind of area, like obviously LA and stuff like that. But I really want to go to freaking San Diego. Like, I want to go,
Oh, to Dago, me too, bro.
dude, yeah.
I listen to hella artists from there. Shout out Dago, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got some lit artists for sure.
Bro, yeah, San Diego would be tough. I've always wanted to go to San Diego. Another place is like Yosemite National Park out in California. Because I like nature, bro. I like to go fish. I like to go like camp and shit. You know what I'm saying?
If I can smoke a blunt, me too, bro. You know what I'm saying?
A wood on a wood. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, bro. No, 100%. I'm the same way, twin. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I need some smoke for real. But that's awesome. That's awesome. Now that we talk about like the United States, fucking, would you ever move like to like Spain or some shit? You know what I'm saying? Or you're not really thinking about moving like
Shit,
to a
I'd probably
different
get like a
country?
house in Mexico just cause you
Dude,
know that's
yeah.
where my family and shit is from,
Same.
and it'd be lit.
Dude,
I heard it's
same.
cheap. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, same.
That would be down for sure. But I ain't never been to Mexico, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know nothing about it. But
Right. Yeah. Well, I've only heard stories too, you know, by people who have been. I want to go so bad though, bro.
yeah,
Like I need to get my passport still, so
yeah, me too, bro.
yeah. I feel you on that one.
Like I
twin.
said, I barely went on a plane last year, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, I feel you, bro. Shit, bro. That's funny. Yeah. But yeah, dude, freaking. So how has it been, like, you know, kind of doing the music thing? I've seen you recently been doing shows, like hella. I'm sure you've done hella shows, like, dude. And it's like, how has it been, like, becoming what you always wanted to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. It's been lit, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, my first show was maybe like 2-3 years ago. I was opening for MB Writers.
Mm-hmm.
You know who they are?
I'm not sure. It doesn't ring the bell.
All right, for sure. What's it called though? In Twin Falls, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first show, and I remember before I went up there, I was like, I'm gonna give it my all. You know,
Yeah.
this is what I want my life to be. I'm gonna show these people. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and so I did that, bro. After that day, been doing a lot of shows. Shit's
Right.
lit.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? I really do like performing, bro. You know,
Yeah.
because when I'm up there, fool, I'm performing to my work. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah.
I'm almost showing it off, you know,
Yes.
in a way.
Yes.
And it's just a vibe, bro.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Dang. No, that's awesome. I feel you on that one. Yeah, performing for me too is really fun too. And not necessarily, you know, being like I guess in the spotlight, you know, but just being up there and performing. And then also recently I've been behind the scenes a lot, you know, and I feel like as a videographer, I like to do B-roll. Like, so that's being like behind the scenes, you know, kind of seeing how stuff's done, how
Yeah.
how the cookie crumbles and how this like the sausage is made. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, dude. They were a little late, so we only have a little bit of time. But that's probably cool because we're probably gonna have a second episode, you know, in the future for sure.
Yeah, I'm down, bro.
So I guess this is kind of the part of the podcast where we're just fucking around. It's just BS, and then until they kick us out for real. So you know, how's life been recently with I don't know, just with I don't know, just with everything going on, you know.
Yeah, it's been good, bro. I'm trying to push out more content and shit. I low-key
Okay.
slack sometimes on that, you know,
Dude, I feel you.
like reels and shit like
Right.
that. But like I said, I'm a dad. I got a lot on my hands, bro. I'm also trying to start a company with me and my girl,
Mm-hmm.
clothing company. It's
Cool.
called High as Fuck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, bro. Just
Is
cause.
that what you're wearing right now?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Oh,
wearing right now.
shit.
And then, the slogan on the back is "I probably smell like exotics."
Oh, cool.
Yeah, bro. Cause, yeah, me and my girl be smoking that loud pack. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Ah.
I just have always loved shit about weed. You know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
culture and all that shit, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Dude, so that gets me into a thought. As a freshman, right, in school, we had to I think was it AP English? I think it was AP English. In AP English freshman year, we had to write a senior, like we had to do a senior project for freshman year basically. So like to practice for like the senior project, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what I did was a dispensary. I was like cuz like they were like what, like who do you want to be when you like grow up basically, and for my freshman project I did a dispensary owner. And honestly, bro, my teacher was like, "You're brave for that. You know that?" I'm like, "What? Like you're acting like it's some you know like."
Yeah.
But bro, marijuana is a goddamn plant. It comes from the Mother Earth, and people treat it like it's fucking heroin.
Yeah, no, for sure, bro. I think about that too, bro. It definitely helped me
Fucking
through some
annoying,
bad
bro.
times in my life, dog, and that's the truth. You know what I'm saying, bro? It just depends how you use it, bro. You could abuse it or you could use it in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
there's fools who smoke on the daily and just sit on their ass. That's not it. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
if you do it and you're productive and you get shit done,
Mm.
then I respect you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, that's heavy. Yeah, bro. Freaking, I'm a nerd when it comes to marijuana, bro. I'm like, I know every molecule. No, I'm just kidding. But
Me too, bro.
all
I
the
like
cannabinoids.
to think I'm informed.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
And every time I think I'm informed, I'm like, I don't know shit, bro. They always come out with freaking new shit like pens and fucking.
Yeah, one of my homies
concentrates.
isn't informed for real, bro, and
Mhm.
he makes me feel kind of dumb.
Right?
And you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah. Dude, nah, I've been there,
to each
bro.
their level.
Dude, nah, for real. I've been there, bro. Trust me, freaking, it's weird. But yeah, bro, fucking. If only, if only freaking this shit wasn't stupid, but like legislation here, bro, I think it's fucking annoying, bro. But I don't even want to get into it because it just pisses me off. What it really is, it's private prisons, bro. Private prisons, they don't want to legalize this shit because they want to jail people. They want to put them to work.
Get the money and whatnot.
Yep, bro. They want to fee you. They want to fucking do all this shit in my home state, bro. And I'm like,
Crazy.
Y'all got billboards in fucking Nampa, bro.
For real, they just need to legalize it already, bro.
Like, come on. I don't know. They do, and they need to do it like federally. They need to do it federally, in my opinion.
Not for sure.
Because at the end of the day, that's their excuse.
Man, they give worse shit out at these hospitals, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
for sure.
far worse. And then they're like, oh, it's like the news is like, Justin, marijuana has cured cancer, and you're like, I'm not fucking surprised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, at this point, it's just fucking, it's dumb. It's just like the end of the boomer era, and they're trying to seize everything.
Yep.
It's freaking annoying, but moving on, you know what I mean? Oh my gosh, bro, my alarm's been going crazy. But yeah, I think this might be around the end of the podcast, the outro, if you will. If there was anything else you wanted to say to the people, you know, now would be the time, I guess.
I bet. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the podcast, man. You're watching Money Mauri on What the Fuck, and what's it called? Hey, tap into all my socials, bro. Official Money Mauri on Instagram, and then Money Mauri on anything else. YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Music, you name it, I'm on there.
Awesome. Bro, well, Twin, it's been an honor to have you on. And like he said, y'all, thank you for tuning in. This was a great podcast. It was kind of on the shorter side, but it was a good one. You know what I mean? It was very informed, and I feel like, you know, your future is bright, bro. So I appreciate you.
It.
What the fuck is going on?